Exclusive! Ivan Toney has made a huge decision about his future, and Tottenham fans will absolutely love this. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Ivan Toney is pushing hard for a sensational Premier League return, and he's got his heart set on Tottenham. According to multiple reports, the England striker has made it clear he wants to reunite with Thomas Frank in North London after their highly successful spell together at Brentford. Sources close to the player suggest that despite enjoying a strong start to life in Saudi Arabia, Toney's mind is now firmly on a comeback to English football, and Spurs are in pole position to make it happen. After his high-profile £40 million move to Al-Ahli last summer, Toney was tipped to become one of the marquee stars of the Saudi Pro League. And while his numbers have been impressive, 11 goals in 15 games across all competitions, the former Brentford talisman reportedly feels unfulfilled, away from the intensity and spotlight of the Premier League. The lure of playing once again under Thomas Frank, the coach who transformed him from a championship striker into a full-fledged England international, is proving too strong to ignore. Tottenham's need for a proven finisher has only added fuel to the fire. With Dominic Solanke nursing a long-term ankle injury and Randall Kolo Muani sidelined after fracturing his jaw, Spurs find themselves short of options up front. Richarlison's inconsistency has also raised questions about whether he can lead the line for a club with top-four ambitions. That's where Toney comes in, a striker who knows how to bully defenders, link up play, and deliver in the big moments. TalkSport reports that Tottenham's interest is serious, though negotiations won't be easy. Al-Ahli's top brass are determined to hold on to their main man, especially given his influence in the dressing room and his explosive start to the season. The Saudi club view him as a key figure in their project and will demand a hefty fee or a significant loan package if Spurs are to stand any chance. Former Tottenham winger David Bentley has added more fuel to the growing speculation. Speaking to Sky Sports, Bentley claimed that talks between Toney and Tottenham are already underway. "He's a top-class player," Bentley said. "He scores goals, holds the ball up, brings others into play, everything you want from a number 9. Tottenham need him, and he needs Tottenham." It just makes sense, Bentley went further, suggesting that Toney's motivation extends beyond club football. With the next World Cup on the horizon, the 29-year-old knows that returning to England is essential if he wants to be in Thomas Tuchel's plans. Staying in Saudi Arabia might bring financial rewards, but it won't bring him back into the England squad. Sources close to the player insist that Toney sees Tottenham as the perfect platform to revive his international career and prove his worth once again in front of Premier League crowds. The chance to link up with Thomas Frank, now managing Spurs, could be the defining factor in his decision. Their relationship at Brentford was built on trust, belief, and a shared understanding of attacking football. Frank helped mould Toney into one of England's most feared strikers, and the idea of reuniting under him at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium reportedly excites both men. Spurs have identified Everton's Iliman Ndiaye as one of their top attacking targets for 2026, and the chase could turn into one of the most fascinating transfer stories of the coming windows. Sources close to the club claim that Thomas Frank's recruitment team have been monitoring the Senegalese international for months, impressed by his flair, versatility, and ability to produce moments of brilliance in high-pressure games. According to journalist Dean Jones, Tottenham's initial transfer blueprint for 2026 has taken a slight hit after Aston Villa tied down one of their long-term targets, with the club now redirecting full attention toward Ndiaye. The former Marseille star has flourished since arriving at Goodison Park in the summer of 2024, becoming one of Everton's most consistent and dynamic performers under David Moyes. His rise in form hasn't gone unnoticed in North London. Jones told Team Talk that Tottenham see Ndiaye as an attainable yet ambitious signing, the type of player who could light up the Premier League under Thomas Frank's system. Friday wasn't ideal for Tottenham, Jones explained. Two of their preferred options from within the league now seem out of reach. But Ndiaye's situation is different. He's someone they believe could realistically be prized away if things at Everton take a turn. Spurs scouts have been particularly impressed by the 25-year-old's ability to drift between lines, carry the ball under pressure, and create openings out of nothing. His technical sharpness and relentless energy make him a natural fit for Frank's high-tempo, front-foot style of play. Club insiders reportedly view Ndiaye as a player capable of adding the unpredictability and spark that Tottenham's attack has often lacked in recent seasons. But landing him won't come cheap. Some reports suggest Everton value NDI at more than £60 million a fee that would reflect both his growing influence and the Toffees' reluctance to lose another key player. Tottenham are also aware that they aren't alone in the race. Newcastle have been tracking Ndiaye closely, while European giants Juventus, AC Milan and Atletico Madrid are also said to be keeping tabs on his development. Even so, Tottenham remain quietly confident. The club's recruitment department has built a short list of creative and mobile forwards for the 2026 window, and Ndiaye is understood to be right near the top. Spurs see him as a forward who could operate across the front line, link play and bring a new level of dynamism to their attacking options. Jones added that any potential move will depend heavily on Everton's trajectory this season. If Moyes' side struggle or fail to qualify for Europe, the door could open for Tottenham to make their move. If things don't go according to plan at Everton, then Ndiaye could become a very realistic option, he said. He's the kind of player Tottenham are craving, full of energy, creative and capable of changing a game in a single moment. For now, Moyes has publicly dismissed any suggestion that Ndiaye could leave Goodison Park, insisting that the player remains integral to his project. But in football, situations change fast, and Tottenham are watching closely. With Thomas Frank keen to add more spark and invention to his front line, the interest in Iliman Ndiaye is one that's unlikely to fade anytime soon. Tottenham and Liverpool are preparing for a fierce Premier League showdown, but this time the battle isn't on the pitch. Both clubs are now fighting for the signature of Wolfsburg's emerging Greek star, Konstantinos Koliarakis, a defender many inside the game are already calling the next Mickey van de Ven. Tottenham scouts have been following Koliarakis closely for months, impressed by his explosive rise in the Bundesliga since joining Wolfsburg from PAOK in the summer of 2024. The 20-year-old centre-back has become one of the brightest defensive prospects in German football, drawing comparisons to Van de Ven not just for his speed and composure, but also for his intelligence and leadership beyond his years. Reports suggest Spurs identified Koliarakis as a long-term target earlier this year, viewing him as a perfect fit for Thomas Frank's system, quick across the ground, technically sharp and fearless in one-on-one duels. The plan, according to insiders, was to bring him in as a natural understudy and eventual successor to Van de Ven, ensuring the club's backline remains one of the quickest and most modern in England. However, Tottenham's quiet pursuit has now been complicated by a major twist. According to Court Offside, Liverpool have entered the race, with sources revealing that Arne Slot's recruitment team are equally enamoured with the Greek international. The Reds reportedly see Koliarakis as a potential long-term replacement for Virgil van Dijk, a young left-footed defender with the athleticism, tactical maturity and passing range to thrive at Anfield. Industry sources cited by Court Offside describe Tottenham and Liverpool as the players' keenest admirers, though the competition may not stop there. Both Inter Milan and Juventus are also monitoring Koliarakis' progress, adding further pressure to what could become one of the most talked-about defensive transfer chases of 2026. Wolfsburg, for their part, are reluctant to let him go. Club officials are said to view Koliarakis as a cornerstone for their future, but they are realistic enough to know that every player has a price. According to the same report, an offer in the region of £35 million could be enough to tempt them into talks, especially if the player expresses a desire to test himself at the top level. What makes Koliarakis so special? Scouts point to his ability to read the game with remarkable calmness, his dominance in aerial duels, and his confidence when stepping out of defence with the ball. At just 20, he already plays with the composure of a seasoned international. His blend of aggression and precision has made him one of the Bundesliga's standout young defenders, and clubs across Europe are taking notice. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!